Okay, folks, we're back for a follow-up on making bacon. Okay, so I set the timer, and it's been 30 minutes from the time I opened the door, put the pot in, and I did not latch the door. I just laid it shut because I really didn't want all that much heat, and I didn't want the condensation. So let's go out. It's been 30 minutes. I did not reposition the solar oven. And first let's take a look at the back here. And I'm just here to tell you, the sun is like right there, baby. And the shadow is already growing longer this way. I have not moved the oven. I only laid the door shut. Now I'm going to show you, do our special cover up here, because even photographing into it's just too bright. Okay, so if you can see what I see, if you see what I see, right? Uh-oh, technical difficulty. Sorry about that. Alright, so what we got is we have 350 degrees. 350 degrees. The door is not latched. And I don't have any condensation buildup. And we don't want any condensation buildup. Because, again, the steam on the glass acts as a filter. It cuts down on the efficiency of the solar oven. You want to keep that door clean and clear. Now, I'm going to open it and going to lift the lid off, and we're going to see what we got for bacon after 30 minutes, and that's including the heat up time. When I opened the door the last time, we went from 375 down to 350. I laid the door shut, did not latch it, and we're already... so we're hanging at 350. So, just with the door not latched. Now, if I had latched the door, it would have gained more heat. And so, just something to keep in mind. Okay, so let's see what we got. Bear with us here. I've been smelling bacon. I can hear it. Can you hear it? It's cracking and sizzling in there. I'm going to lift the lid away from me. Let the steam out. Oh, baby. Look at that. Yeah, we're making bacon in the sun. Yeah. Now, is that done enough for me? I'm going to let it go just a little longer, but you can see the grease is bubbling in there. Because, dude, 350 is 350. I don't care if you get it from a conventional oven, you get it from a solar oven. 350 is 350. Okay, now, I had it open for that little bit of time, and I just want to show you, temperature dropped. Went from 350, now we're about 275. Okay, but the pot's still hot, the food's still hot, and so I'm just going to leave it in there for another 15 minutes and take it out, and I'll probably drain the grease. I keep my bacon grease, and I'll set it up. I've got more bacon to finish cooking, so I'll just come out and rinse and repeat, I'll reposition the oven, and I'll do some more until I finish the whole pound of bacon, get it all cooked. Might have to taste test once in a while, because, good cooks do that, so we always have to taste test. So I'm just going to go down a little thought list here. What things am I hoping to get across to you in these videos? It's not about the food item, but it is, because you have to take into account what I'm cooking. You can cook chicken. If you've got the heat, you can cook anything. So anybody who cooks with an oven. It's the same principle. You're just using a different cooking medium. So if you got the heat, you can cook anything. What kind of things can I cook in the solar oven? Can I brown meat? On a day like today, 375 degrees, it would be a long process, but yeah, you could probably brown it a little bit, but you would be mostly cooking it, because you can't have the door open and maintain your 350, 375 temperature. You need higher temperatures to brown. Okay, so that being said, I can put chicken in there and without any gravy, any kind of a sauce, just dry rub it, dry season it, put chicken in there on a rack, and I can roast chicken in the solar oven. And when you get it about cooked, you could incorporate it into a stew pot and throw in your vegetables, throw it back in there for maybe another hour, half hour, 45 minutes probably, on a day like today, and you can have your cooked chicken and your vegetables. Now the meat, you'll want to put it in there and make sure that it's done or close to done, because the vegetables are just going to wind up steaming, because what you're using here is everything is hot. It's surrounding heat. There's no fan in there, so it's not moving the air around. It's just everything is hot. And it's like using a slow cooker without plugging it in the wall. So everything's going to get hot. The vegetables will steam. So you can make stews. You can make a pie, I guess. I'm not that good at that kind of a thing. But if you've got a Dutch oven, you can load up your meat in a metal Dutch oven. Remember, put it in when you first set out your solar oven, so that as your solar oven gets hot, because it takes a long time. Cast iron is a thick pot. It's a thick pot. A lot of time for the heat to penetrate through that thick metal. So you don't want to put the solar oven out, get the solar oven up to temperature, then throw in the cast iron, because you're going to wait another 45 minutes. Cast iron, you want that. You don't want any cold spots in the cast iron. You want it heated through and through. Put the cast iron in the solar oven, put the solar oven out, position it, set it, let it heat up. When you're up to 350, 300, your cast iron will also be heated to 300. And like I told you, it will retain heat. So have your food ready to drop into the cast iron. Open the door, take your 3, 4, or 5 minutes, load up your cast iron with your meat, put the lid back on, close the cabinet, latch it shut so you'll build up the heat faster with the door latch shut. And you'll be cooking. So stews, there's a lot of recipes. I don't know any off the top of my head. What I'm trying to get through is the idea that you can achieve good cooking temperature, 325, 350, 375 with this oven. They are a little pricey. I did not get this one off the website. I purchased this one from an estate sale. Lucky for me that people selling the stuff didn't put a high price tag on it. I got it at a very affordable price, and I was thanking God for it, let me tell you, because I bought my first one. They're a little pricey. You don't have to have Sun Oven brand. But again, it's about the medium, the cooking medium. If you can attain the temperatures you need to cook whatever food you have, and you can pop it out there in the sun, and you can get your food done, get accomplished what you want accomplished, then that's it, right? It doesn't matter about the brand. Sun Oven's not doing anything for me. They're not endorsing me. None of that. It just happens to be the piece of equipment that I have, and I've been practicing with it for a couple of years now. And so I'm just trying to condense the immediate things that I've learned are critical to make sure that the Sun Oven is working to the best that it can work for me. So with still a nice bright sunny day, like I said, I'm just gonna change out the pot, take out that bacon, put in some fresh bacon, reposition the solar oven. I'm not going to bother making any more videos today about that. You've got the principles. If you go back and look at my other videos, I explained it all then. And so other thoughts. Can you use something other than black pots? Yeah. The other day I had a little Corningware white pot, and I just put some leftovers in it. Had some mac and cheese. I put a little butter in the bottom so that the cheese wouldn't stick. I just put the mac and cheese in there, left the lid off. I opened up the Sun Oven. I just rested the dish on the shelf, that hooks in there. And I laid the lid down. I did not latch it because I'm just warming up food. I don't need to cook it again. And I walked out here in like 20 minutes. And yeah, I mean, just with that Corningware being inside that hot box at 300 degrees, everything got warm. Was it piping hot? Oh my gosh, can't touch it? No, not after 20 minutes. But it was certainly warm enough for me to eat. I mean, I took it right out of the refrigerator, put it in the pot, in the dish, put the dish in the solar oven. 20 minutes later, I come out and, I went off and did something else, set the timer on my phone. When the dinger went off, I came out here and got my lunch. And that's the great thing. I could put a pot of water out here. If I want to prepare to boil potatoes, maybe I'm going to cook the potatoes inside on my conventional stovetop. I could still put some water in the solar oven in the pot, if I can fit the pot in there, and just let it preheat the water. I'm still saving energy. I'm not drawing electricity off the grid. And people might say, oh, well, that's pennies. Yeah, I know it's pennies. But it's getting you into the mindset of using the sun to work for you. It's free if you're able to do it, if you have the time. Time is always a commodity. But you can always use this. I could put potatoes with some water in that stew pot, put it out here, and walk away, leave the door unlatched so it doesn't build up condensation. And, within an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. I mean, at 350 degrees, that's a conventional oven. I mean, in an hour to hour and 15 minutes of 350 degrees, my potatoes are going to be done. And then I could take them out. I can mash them up. And, got homemade mashed potatoes, and I didn't expend all that electricity. I had it doing something for me while I was off doing something else. A solar oven is like a crock pot, but you don't have to plug it in the wall. If you just figure out these simple steps that I explained, you can use this thing. Heat up water for coffee, slow brew coffee. Some people like that. They like slow brewed. You think of the alternatives, the ways that you can utilize heat, because we use heat for everything. We heat water for dishes. We heat water for cleaning, for washing clothes. So any way that you would use heat, whether it's heating water, heating food, Think about it. Even a bean bag, if you've got one of those kitty litter filled, stone filled bags for like a heating pad for your back, put it in the solar oven with the door unlatched. Let it sit in there for about half an hour. Get up to 200 degrees or something. That thing's going to be nice and hot. And you can wrap that thing in a towel, protect your skin. But then you've heated it up and you're taking care of your back ailment. So I'm just trying to get your brain going. Use what God has already put in front of us. Other people make solar ovens out of auto shades. They make them out of cardboard boxes with aluminum foil. So practice, play around, try different things. Heck, people have even set food containers on the dash of their vehicle with just a black cloth on the dash. Put the food container up there. Just in the windshield, you're going to hit 114, 115 degrees. You're going to warm up your lunch, and by the time you come out, from wherever you were. So be thinking. Think. All right? That's what we're made to do. Humans are made to think, to do, to innovate. All right. I hope you enjoyed this film series. I've really gone long, and I hope I'm able to upload it. All right. Take care. Hope you've learned a lot. Bye-bye.